Hey YouTube, this video is serious, serious and needs to be talked about. On October 24th, after school, a young lady, Felicia Garcia, took her life because she was bullied in her school, Tottenville High School, out here in Staten Island. Um, it took me a moment because I was like, this is the second death since I've been living out here. Because last year, 2 days after Christmas, Amanda Cummings took her life. She stepped in front of an MTA bus on Harlem Boulevard because she was bullied. And it touched home for me because I remember growing up, being in fourth grade, Miss Velasquez's class, just switching from PS 180 on 118th Street, and switching to this new school, not knowing anyone. And I'm not going to say the young lady's name, but at the time when I was rocking my real hair, it was really long, and I got picked on. This girl had no hair, and she pulled my hair. And every day I had to face that, and she pulled my hair. It just, every day it was something. And I went home, and I told my mother. And when she came back to that school, not only did she confront the school faculty, she also confronted that little girl. And I don't want the way my mother dealt with me with this young lady to happen to another child. But the end result was my mother saying, either you slap her or I'll slap you. And I was like, I don't want to get slapped. So it was, but after that, the young lady stopped bothering me. But it took it to the point where that's not me. I didn't want to hit her. So my message out there to parents are that bullying does not start in the schools. It does not start after school. It starts at home. Either your child is watching something on TV or has watched their parents interact in some type of violence. It touched home again for me because my little sister, Nashe, goes to PS2 here in Staten Island. In the beginning of the year, she had an accident where she almost lost her finger, her index finger, her pointer finger, I'm sorry. And it's traumatic. We went through a lot with her. They saved the finger and she could bend it, but it's a little deformed. When she returned back to school because she was well enough to return, some kids were really, really mean to her and calling her ET because of her finger. And that hurt my little sister. She didn't want to return to school. So we went to the school, my mother and I, and we confronted the teachers, this child, and their mother. Ever since then, she has not been messed with or bothered about her finger. Now she's getting to the age where she's leaving junior high next year. This year, I'm sorry. Well, next year, sorry. Next year. And she's going into high school. And she's figuring out who she is, what type of hairstyle she like, what type of clothes she like, who's a friend, who's not her friend. And she calls herself one to rock her natural state of hair and twist it. And all of a sudden, I stopped seeing her rock this natural look that I loved. And her hair was growing. It wasn't breaking anything. I loved it. And I was like, Masha, why aren't you doing your hair like that anymore? And she's like, I just wanted to try it. And I moved on. And I was like, okay. At first, it was like, okay, whatever. But then I noticed a sense of character. She was different. So I talked to my mom, and my mom said to me, Anjanae, now Shay stopped rocking her hair in those twists because kids in her school was calling her African and name all types of names. And I just found this out like a week ago. And then to hear about this young lady, Felicia Garcia, age 15, which is not far in age of my little sister, and not far in age of a lot of children in America's schools that are getting bullied. They're getting bullied. So I did some research. And according to AmericansSPCC.org, reported that 6 out of 10 students, American youth students, witness bullying at least once a day. According to the National Education, 160,000 children miss school every day due to fear of verbal and physical attack by their peers. Another statistic was American schools harbor approximately 2.1 million bullies or 2.7 million victims. This 1 out of 7 grades K to 12 either are bullied or victims. According to the bullying statistics, 1 out of every 10 students who drop out of school does so because of repeatedly bullying. I wanted to cry. I want to cry. Because peer pressure back then is nothing like it is today. When your child is acting out, and it could be coming home past their curfew time, or looking at the choice of friends they have, or the way they talk to you disrespectfully, these are all signs of something that's going on in your child's life. But you're too blind to say what's going on. And we have to find a way of getting to that core. Unfortunately, Felicia Garcia lost both her parents when she was young. According to the reports in the papers from her friends, she didn't want to be with her aunt, so she was put in foster care. And being foster care, she was hopped around to different families. On October 24th, Felicia Garcia waited impatiently for this train to come, asking, when is it going to come? It's not here yet. To someone else, it might be like, okay, she might be in a rush to get home. But she tweeted Monday, I can't, I'm done, I give up. Monday evening, when the train approached the station, she put her bag down, handed her phone to her friend, and backwards fell on the train tracks. And she was pronounced dead on arrival. I'm so sad. So sad. And my prayers go out to her family. So, you too. I know that, I do reviews. I know that I talk about all sorts of things, spiritual, being one with yourself, growing. I'm asking as a nation for us to join together, because united we stand, divided we will fall. And talk to your child. I would love to form some type of um, movement against bullying. Because, like I said in the beginning, it does not start when a child gets to school. It starts at home. So join forces with me. I will return because I really want to do something about this. I really do. Whether I step into the schools and talk to the principals, because for me, it has happened to me. It is happening to my sister. And it's happening to a friend out there that haven't even spoke to me. Like this young lady haven't spoke to her friends or family. It needs to stop. It needs to stop right now. So please do something, say something. Be the voice of the ones that's unheard. Um, and once I start this movement, I really pray that a lot of people join me on this and work with me on this situation. Because I don't want my situation when I was younger for another child have their parent come up there and now the parent is the middle fork between the children. When really we need to clean off this table and polish again and say, what's going on? What can I do for you? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? Cry on my shoulder. Let me help you. It might be a situation in the house and a child that's actually bullying another child victim might be bullied in their own home and don't have an outlet. And their outlet is to do it to other people. Say something. Until next time, be blessed.